So Charlie Kirk really just can't make the conversation as simple as saying, I don't like black people. You know, one thing I like about Nick Fuentes is he just makes it so obvious where it's like, you know what? I don't have to waste my time with the bullshit. You know, it's easy to watch Nick. You know, Nick is actually entertaining and funny. And you know where he stands. You don't have to sit here and play these kinds of nonsensical word games and duck and dodge with the likes of Matt Walsh and Charlie Kirk. You know, Charlie Kirk can't just say, I don't like black people. He has to drag it out and just make it so complicated and all of that. You know, Juneteenth is today. And Charlie Kirk, you know, had to come out and tell us he wasn't celebrating. It's like, well, we didn't ask you. You know, nobody really cares whether you're celebrating or not. Nobody needs to see that gummy ass smile. Like, we're good on that. Charlie Kirk needs us to know this, though. He needs us to know that Juneteenth is not a real holiday and shouldn't be celebrated. Charlie Kirk says the holiday being observed today is not simply Juneteenth. The official name of this holiday, as declared in the 54-word bill Congress passed to create this holiday in 2021, is Juneteenth National Independence Day. It's a bizarre name. The original Juneteenth had nothing to do with national independence. It was about the emancipation of slaves in Texas. The real reason it's called that is because our real Independence Day is just 2 weeks later. The goal of the Juneteenth holiday is to displace the unifying importance of the 4th of July and to replace America's racist founding with a new one that places DEI and left-wing race politics at the center of our national myth. That is why Turning Point will never observe this holiday. America has one Independence Day for all Americans. It's July 4th and always will be. You know, the reality is that no one, and The Rock means no one, thinks Juneteenth is Independence Day. I don't know who named that bill Juneteenth National Independence Day. Weird name. Not sure why they chose that name. But most people just know it as Juneteenth, Charlie. Most people just know it as Juneteenth. And most people who celebrate Juneteenth also celebrate 4th of July. Like, me personally, I don't necessarily do any kind of festivities for Juneteenth. But I still observe it. I acknowledge it for what it is. And I also observe and acknowledge the 4th of July. It is a historical fact that black Americans, before being emancipated, probably did not celebrate the 4th of July. You're not independent. You're not a citizen if you're a slave. Hello? The 4th of July did not apply to all Americans. That is the truth. Meaning that we were not all free, frankly, until the final slaves that were freed in Galveston, Texas were officially freed. If we're being honest. All Americans were not literally free until that day. And that is the truth. Now, two things can be true. Juneteenth can be the day that all Americans were finally free, and the 4th of July can signify the day that the United States became free of British rule and became independent. Me personally, I don't mind acknowledging the 4th of July as our official Independence Day because it literally is. However, this goes beyond Independence Day this, Independence Day that. Charlie Kirk he's obsessed with the official name of the bill, which is Juneteenth National Independence Day, because that's all his argument has to stand on. If we were to remove that and simply say, hey, why don't we just change the name of the bill and keep celebrating it? Here's what Charlie Kirk has to say in general about Juneteenth. He says, Juneteenth should not be a federal holiday, according to Charlie Kirk. So Charlie Kirk really, at the end of the day, if we're being real, if we're being honest, does not want Juneteenth to be celebrated at all. He's even so proud of his opinion. He came out to let us know he's so racist that he will not. He says today all of our Turning Point USA staff will be working today. We will not be taking off for the federal holiday. This is an accomplishment to him. This is like bragging rights. we're not taking the day off to celebrate some slaves being freed. Fuck those people. We're still working. This is an accomplishment to them. To conservatives, blacks being freed is such an icky thing to happen in human history. They will continue working. They will continue working their day jobs just to middle finger up to black people's freedom from slavery. If you are black MAGA, eat shit, okay? Eat shit. Eat Charlie Kirk shit, actually, because the reality of the situation is black MAGA, whether it's, bro, Matt Walsh and Charlie Kirk are homeboys. They retweet each other's stuff all the time. Matt Walsh, who does not like black people, Charlie Kirk, who does not like black people, are like this. They're homeboys, as it would seem. Charlie Kirk felt the need to tell us that his people would not be taking the day off. He felt the need to tell us Juneteenth should not be a federal holiday. It's one thing to say Juneteenth shouldn't be called Independence Day. That's already weird because no one sees it that way. It's another thing. You know, it's one thing to sit there and say Juneteenth shouldn't be called Independence Day. It's another thing to just straight up say Juneteenth should not be a federal holiday. One of the most visible, historically relevant American ethnic groups should not have the day of their freedom be recognized in this nation on a federal level. That is fucking crazy. But it's not crazy if you realize why he feels this way. Charlie Kirk is the same person who said Martin Luther King was a terrible person and that the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. I don't know how many clues you need before you realize, bro, they fucking hate black people. These are the same people who sit there and say, the Democrats are the party of racism. The only political party who loves and honors the Confederacy, conservatives, Republicans. The only political party that believes the Civil Rights Act was a mistake, conservatives, Republicans. The only political party crying and screaming about a holiday meant to celebrate blacks being freed from slavery, conservatives. They've always been this way. That's the reason why Malcolm X said the white liberal is like a wily fox who tricks you, but the white conservative is like a wolf who bares his teeth, letting you know he doesn't like you. Come on now. Come on now. White conservatives haven't changed. They don't even make an attempt to try to be better. These niggas don't give a fuck. Watching Black MAGA sit there and defend them is unreal. Black MAGA's been quite silent, though, I'm not gonna lie. Latinos for Trump have been having a real rough time. Ryan Garcia, who came out in support of Trump, is now on social media crying about the inhumane nature of the ICE raids. What did you think was going to happen? Like, what did Latino MAGA think was going to happen? It's just going to be the MS-13 gang members? Are you dumb? A lot of new ethnic groups. Mexicans have always been here, but not all of them. A lot of them just got here. A lot of the new Mexicans have a lot of learning to do about the United States, bro. Seriously. A lot. It's not just the Mexicans. It's the Cubans. A lot of these Latino groups who haven't been here long enough are going to have a wake-up call about what America is actually like. Black MAGA will never learn. We've been here this whole time. We've been here since day one. I've given up on them. I have hope in Latin Americans. I do. I have hope that a lot of them are going to learn from this one. Black MAGA, y'all, boy, some of y'all apparently y'all, some of y'all need a blast of the past. Some of y'all need Jim Crow 2.0 to realize how bad this actually is. It's that bad that some of y'all really do need a rerun, a redo, a load and save. Crazy. But for some reason, some of y'all actually need a historical rerun to realize how bad all this is. Crazy, but it's true.